Hey, today we're reupholstering a 2005 truck seat Ford F250. This should work for a lot of different years. I know it's the same as like the 03. It probably goes up to like 2017 maybe. And even if it's not quite the same, a lot of the seats have very similar setups. So you can probably use it to figure out what's going on with your seat. So let's get started. The tools I'm going to use today are these wire cutters, and I have this plastic trim removal kit, needle nose pliers, some bigger pliers, they don't have to be exactly like that, an 18 metric here, as well as an 18 metric socket, my 10 millimeter socket. This utility knife is going to be handy, but this plastic set is really nice for getting off some of this stuff so you don't damage it. And I use this to kind of poke holes in the new fabric to make sure I can find my holes and stuff like that. So I have this linked in the description so you can get this set if you want it. We're doing the driver's seat today, but I already took it out, so I'm going to show you how to get it out using my passenger seat that I've already done here. So first you got these two bolts in the front. 1, 2, super easy. Mine are 19 metric. Yours are probably going to be the same. And then we're going to go to the back. And you're going to maybe have to move your seat up a little bit. But you should have one there and one here. Those are both 19 metric too. I know some years use like the star bit actually for the instead of the hex screws. So yours might be, these ones might be star bits. And it's pretty easy. You just take those out, and this whole seat comes forward, and then you just have to unhook it from the electrical connector, which looks like this. All you got to do is push down on this tab right here and slide it out. Just lean your seat forward and look at that. Try not to pull on this too much. And then you just have to get it over this one peg, and the whole thing comes right out. It's pretty easy. The thing we're going to remove is the armrest, which I already took off before I decided to make this video. This one was already super torn up, but it had a zipper, and you unzip it and try to peel this back until you can see this bolt, which goes right here, and it's just a star bit, and you just take that out, and it comes right off. You might have to do a little digging and peeling to get this armrest cover off, or if you're not reusing it at all, then just cut it and put your new one on, and don't worry about it. It'll be way easier. So that's step one. We're gonna remove this plastic panel. It's got one of these guys on the back that you're just gonna pry out carefully and try not to damage it so you can reuse it. You gotta take one little Phillips screw out right here, and this just pops off. It can be really annoying to get off, but it literally just slides straight out. So you just gotta get the right leverage and it'll pop right off. We got all that stuff taken off, so now we're gonna lean this seat back right here at the front. And then you're gonna take out these two Phillips screws right here. And then we need to remove this connector, which has a thing right here that pushes out. And over here, I kind of need to pull that out. I'm not gonna lie to you, this thing is a pain in the butt. But hopefully yours comes off easy. Good luck to you. We got that disconnected. We're gonna bring our seat back down. And oh crap, forget. We got this one right here. Also got to take that one out. Got this guy, you got to lift this up, and that's right there. So 1, 2, and then it should come right off. You got to kind of slide this part back, and then slide this over that, and just kind of wiggle it around until you can wiggle this off. And be careful of your cord here. I'm gonna need 2 hands, but it should fish out here, and then you'll have that completely removed. We got that panel off. Needs some cleaning for sure. Tip your seat back, and now we're gonna remove this bottom part. So we got one here, one there, and one down here, and that one is the pain in the butt because you can't really get a socket on, so that's one that you're just gonna have to use a normal wrench on, and it can be a little bit of a pain. And before or after you get all those 4 bolts out, you also got to take off this connector, which just push down on this tab and pull, and then also this brown connector, which is going to be another one of those ones very similar to this black one. Got to pull this out and pull. And this gray one just feeds through here. I believe that is your seatbelt sensor. It comes right out this little hole here. There we go. All right, now your bottom is detached, and mine is absolutely filthy. I'm gonna take it out here and use my air compressor to spray all that gunk off. So we're gonna detach this top part from the bottom. It's just 1, 2 bolts. And then there's like a little knob on the other side that you just kind of wiggle it out. So we'll try that. These bolts are 13 metric. It's kind of hard to see here, but this little metal rod punches through this plastic piece, and you're trying to pull this side out to disconnect it there. It is a pain. All right, I got mine out. So now you got this cord that we have to get out. So we got our lumbar support. We got 2 screws, 1, 2. Got those screws out. This just pushes in, and then we got we can detach it to make it a little easier. So you just lift up on this, just bend up, and it comes out, and then when you put it back, you're just gonna slide in and go back that way. So that makes it so we can get this out a lot easier. Then this wire just fishes through up here. Wiggle, wiggle. There we go. All right, now we got them separated. All right, next step, we're gonna flip the bottom over, and yours might have these little screws here and here that you need to detach, and then we just have to pull on these, which can be kind of a pain, but they do come off. All right, I just cut mine right off. You can do that if you want to. Then we're basically just turning this inside out. Once you got your seat like this, then you're gonna need your wire cutters. And you're gonna fold the seat back, and let's see if we can get a good shot of this. See that metal right there? That's what you're snipping, right? These rings. Gotta snip those and get this released. There should be 1, 2, 3, and there's gonna be there's like a row here and a row back here. So just go through and snip all the rings. I got the cover off, and if you're reusing your foam, just go through with your needle nose pliers and get all the little metal pieces that are all the little parts of the rings like this that are left over, and pull all those out. If you're not reusing your foam, you just lift it off, and then you're left with just the bottom. You do have 2 little things over here that you got to disconnect though. Okay, so we got our bottom already here, cleaned it up a little bit, and we're gonna just set our new foam on here, and just work it around till it feels like it's sitting nicely. Then we're gonna put our new cover on, which is gonna help hold this all into place. You want your cover kind of inside out like this. It's gonna make it easier to get everything in the right spot. If you're doing both your chairs, make sure you have this hole for your lumbar support cord to go through on the right side, so that you don't have to take it off and switch it. You're gonna need some of these upholstery rings. I think they're also called hog rings, maybe something like that. But basically they're like this, and then you're gonna squish them to make them into a circle. just like the ones that you took off. But I usually start on this top row. I'm gonna take this and I perforated mine with my a little set here that I have. And then you're just gonna put one of your rings through. So I'm gonna put all my rings in all the way across. Then you're gonna try to make sure that you get your seat cover lined up. These first couple ones are important to make sure everything's straight. When you feel like everything's straight, you're gonna just take this and hook it under this bar so that it's ready to squish. So it's gonna look like that. And then we're gonna get our these are minor channel locks. You just anything that you can get some good pressure on, and you're just gonna go, I can't do it with one hand, but top and bottom here, and just do your best to squish it into a circle so that it stays nice and tight and your seat is held down nicely. After you squish it, it's gonna look like that, and it's gonna be around that wire that's gonna keep it held down nicely. All right, next we're gonna do this row right here. It's just 2 loops here and here. And then you gotta do your sides here. You're just gonna put several along here. You can kind of see where they're supposed to go. And over here. And then you'll be done hooking that up. Alright, I got all my rings connected, so now we're just gonna fold this down and around. Got everything folded down, and then what you're gonna have to do is do your best to like push down on this and fold this little ridge over that on all these sides. It's a little bit hard. You just try to depress the foam, like as you push down you get more space to pull it over. That's how you do it. The thing that doesn't always look so great is right here. You can kind of gather it and stitch it to try to make it a little tighter looking, but honestly it's so far down and it's in the crack that to me, on some of the other seats that I've done that have that, it's never been a problem. It's never bothered me when I was riding, and a significant improvement from what it was anyways. Next, moving on to the top. This one has a zipper down here. Some of them have like a clasp type thing, which is what the style that we're gonna actually be putting on here. So first just pull out this and unzip it. Have it unzipped, you're literally just gonna peel. Yeah, this one has a little bit of glue here, but not all of them do. You're just gonna peel it back. It has like a little Velcro right here on like this line, and on this other side. Right there's the Velcro, and you're gonna peel it up until there'll be a row of those rings that you're gonna have to cut again, but you're just gonna peel it back, kind of like inside, pulling it inside out. We got ours pulled back a little bit, and you got the first line here. Trying to get some good light here. You can see the rings. You should have about 3 across, so we're gonna snip those. All right, so we want to fold our new cover inside out like this, and then just push the head through like that, and then we're just gonna set it on here. We want to pull this tab out, and we're gonna hook it on to here, just like we did with the bottom seat with the rings. After you got your 3 rings on, you're just gonna keep folding this down this way until you get to this next row. And this is the Velcro here that you're just gonna stick this part to make sure everything looks nice and fitted. All right, I got my next row on too, and we're just gonna keep going down. You're gonna go over this side. It's fine, we'll put the hole in it after we get the whole cover on. We got it all the way up, and then you got 2 like U-shaped hooks here that basically you got to get together and clasp over. It can be hard to get that going. Good luck. All right, we got that hooked on. Hopefully you didn't have too much work doing that. And then we're gonna move over to the side with the armrest. This is where your utility knife is gonna come in handy, and our little pokey tools. Where's my find the straight one. And we're just gonna feel around for the hole, and we're gonna cut this out to get our armrest in. So I got this through, and then you're gonna feel around for the hole. So I have my finger there, and then I'm gonna stab through with my little pick to tell myself where it's at before I cut. All right, like that. Work that through. So now I know that hole is there, and then I'm just gonna cut some slits so that I can get my bolt through without cutting too much of this away, so that we don't ever see it once the armrest goes on. All right, I got my hole cut through. You can cut yours a little bigger. I think this is gonna be fine for me. I know some seats come with like this whole section cut out, so you should be fine there, but I just like to not be able to see any sort of cuts, obviously. So I try to make it as small as I can and still be able to get the armrest off. If you can't, or get the armrest on. If you can't get the armrest on, you can always make it bigger. But I think that's going to be enough for me to get the bolt through and get started. All right, moving back to the bottom, we need to cut the holes for this part. So you're going to feel around. There should be, you can kind of peek under here. There's a hole right here. And then there's another one. Let's see, where is it? One right here, and then there should be another one right here. You can kind of feel under here. Oh, here it is. It's right there. So here, so you're gonna feel around, find it, use the same method of using your little pick to poke through, and then cut it out. Okay, that's what mine looks like after I got those holes poked in. I used the bolt to kind of widen it, and now we're gonna hook it back up to the seat. You need to feed your cord back through that hole. All right, we got that in, so now we gotta put this guy back in the knob, and it's in there. It's gonna be kind of hard. I got mine in. I found the easiest way was to turn it on its side like this and kind of work the bottom part to push it onto this. That was the best way that I think it is. All right, then we're gonna flip it on its side and put these two bolts back in. Make sure when you're moving the seat around after you got your new cover on that you're being careful that it doesn't get ripped or anything on it. Alright, next we're going to put our base back on here, and we got our 4 holes just like down there, hooking right on just like we took it off. Alright, and right here on the side where the seatbelt sensor's got to go through, feel around, and there's a spot right here that you're just going to make a slit that you can fit this wire through. Alright, we're going to get this kind of into place. Get your sensor. Crap, mine's not big enough, so I'm going to have to make another slit a little bit this way. Made a little X there. Then we're just going to push the sensor. We're going to wiggle it through. There we go. And that's gonna get it over here so we can clip it in. All right, we got all our bolts started, and we're just gonna tighten all those down. All right, we got our base on, so then you're just gonna hook up this and this back together for your seatbelt sensor. All right, for putting our armrest back on, you just slide this in part way. Get it lined up with your stuff here, and then you're just gonna slide this cover back over. Yeah. Then we're gonna fish this through this hole and get this trim piece back on. You're also going to need to feel around here to find this hole and just make an X here to get this piece through and put your screws back in here and down here. Alright, and here is our finished product. Sorry I missed some of the videos of putting this back on, but it goes on just like it came off, and then you're just, you know, putting these bolts back in. Pretty easy. If you took it off, you should be able to put it back. And then this is our finished product. I'm really happy with it. I'll have links for on the cover and the description and everything. If you have any questions, you can comment. I also will link some videos that I use to help me with this that are more detailed and thorough, but it's a 4-part series that someone else made that I'll have all linked in the description for you. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. That helps me be able to make more content. And as always, stay independent out there.